I think the market, Donnie, you know there's fetish sites where people just want to get crushed. Yeah. This feels terrible. This is one of the day. This is a 9 out of 10. If he was, I don't know, stomping my dick, it would be worse. Learning as much as you can from the people in the know is part of traveling and getting a chance to get into other gyms and experience as much as you can. Mobility's been a big thing for me, trying to stay healthy with as much as I compete. Working with a physical therapist or chiropractors is one thing, but coming to big guys who are used to getting beat on, they know some tricks that other people don't. Donnie Thompson, one of the strongest men of all time, is going to point us in the direction of what can help me out. So Donnie, what exactly are you doing different? I know I've heard about it, the body tempering, and some stuff like that. So it's not foam rolling, it's almost the opposite.
Yeah, it's like it takes the concept of foam rolling, but that's all it is, and it goes right down to the structure. Foam roller will get right beneath the skin a little bit. And there's no way when you're maneuvering yourself you can really pinpoint a location. Only a few spots on the body, you know. When you get to body temper, we have that heavy utensil on you. It diffuses tissue right down to the structure, everywhere, through organs, muscle, fat, anything.
Sounds exciting. We're gonna dig into it and see what we can do to improve some of the beat up areas I got before a competition this weekend. One of the great parts of travel is meeting awesome people, and misery loves company. So I brought Tom along. When you get unique opportunities to work with world champions, you bring friends along. Tom SROKA's here. He's got busted joints and ankles like anybody been in the iron game long enough. But doing that body maintenance is going to be key. So Donnie is going to start with working with the ankles, and we're probably going to work our way up the body and see what we can do to fix stuff.
Most important joint on the body, the most loaded joint, and has the strongest tendon attached to it. Worst things we do is tape an athlete's ankles at 90 degrees. You need 70 degrees of flexion for power movements. So any of your throwing, you know, football stances, weightlifting, you need 70 degrees of flexion from your toe to the knee. When I totaled 3,000, and when I did my squat record, I had blue toenail polish on it's, you know, you can't take yourself too serious. I mean, when you look like you're pissed off all the time, I mean, number one, no girls are gonna talk to you, you know. Oh, there's a pissed off dude, I'd love to talk to him. What we've done now is we've chased all the fluid out of the joint. Now we can manipulate it pretty good. And when we take this band off, the body will treat it as a trauma and throw blood to it. It's like a nutrient feeding fest.
It's good stuff, yeah? Thanks for coming, Tom.
Thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, so Donnie, Tom's background is national champion weightlifter, as well as now moving into the grid league stuff, which is kind of an offshoot of the CrossFit style competitions, but they're shorter, heavier. The grid stuff. I know there's an amateur level, there's a pro level.
Yeah.
How does all that work, and how do the competitions actually?
The thing that separates it from CrossFit, I guess, is it's teams of specialists. You have people on your team that are good at the gymnastics movements. You have people that are on your team that are good at the body weight movements. And then you have people that are good at like just moving heavy barbells. So those are kind of like the three categories of athletes. And then you have men, women, and masters you have to fill the spots with.
You know, I mean, I think it's a really great opportunity for someone, you know, who is working at a gym, doing stuff in the gym, and can use this to supplement being a coach income, because it's going to be strenuous enough training that, like, say, I don't think I could keep up because of what I have to do also for a living. That training and being a fitness professional more or less needs to be your gig. Whoa. This is the calamari. And those are nachos. Nachos don't really need any explanation. Calamari, on the other hand, squids. Blue cheese chips is like a Carolina thing, yeah? I keep seeing them more here. We don't really have them at home in Louisiana so much.
No, they're definitely more of a Carolina thing.
Well, I fully support it. I like taking salty chips and then adding salty cheese to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good call. Blowing out your diet on one shit meal while getting to live well with friends is great.
When I started training with Glenn, you know, they were like, you need to be bigger. You need to be bigger, you need to be, I don't care how it gets done, but you need to do it. And I got up to, I was on 327 at my heaviest. And on this frame.
You're so tall.
Yeah, and on this frame, it was gross, and it got to the point where I was just so big, I was getting hurt, or I would like drop 10 pounds, 10 pounds like quick, and then try to put it back on because I couldn't maintain that. And I was just like, you know what? After like finally I think I dislocated my elbow at nationals.
Oh,
after that, I was just like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going. You and I had talked about, you know, being an athlete, so to speak. And so I started dropping gradually, and then in January I kind of made the commitment to drop even more, and I'm down to 280 now, so it works.
Man, I'm glad for you, man. It looks like what you got going on coming up with upcoming, you know, this season and moving into the pro ranks hopefully next year.
Yeah, that's the goal. I needed another year to develop a little bit, just I mean, not on your level doing muscle ups or anything like that, but
smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors.
Ooh, that was a fart.
So the other thing that makes this a little bit different than, I guess, CrossFit training is in CrossFit, a lot of the workouts and the competitions and stuff is pretty much how long can you suffer and die, pretty much. This is not the same with grid. With grid, it's how much work can you get done in a short burst. How fast can you do 5 reps of something? How fast can you do 10 reps of something? How fast can you do 3 reps of something?
So it's never like a max rep.
Not all the time. Like, and if it is more than like 10 reps or something like that, it's really lightweight. Like for instance, it's like, you know, hang cleans with 135.
So each of the races is like a max time limit of 6 minutes.
Roughly, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It's, I guess, viewer friendly. 2-hour matches. There's always some kind of a score that you know where people are. Like for instance, our matches, even though I'm in the minor league, SAGL right now, they have like at the other end of the room, they have these big monitors up, and it tells you how many reps ahead of the other team you are.
So it's
and so the
really user friendly to be able to
so
tell exactly what's going on.
if the fans haven't been paying attention to what's going on, they can just go look at the board.
Grid requires a unique combination of strength and mobility. Body tempering is designed to loosen up those sticky joints and muscles that come from years of heavy training.
Things get into a hypertonic state, and all that means is they gum up and they get tight. So what I have here is the famous ex-wife. It's 130, 135 pounds of solid steel and no sex appeal. Here we go, you ready? All right, nice and slow. We're gonna diffuse not only the Achilles, but all the calves and all that fascia in there. They'll get a little speed bumpy, like there's golf balls in them. But on the second and third swipe, they kept turning into mush. There we go.
Further up the ladder here, now we're to the hip, where I experience most of my issues and tie-in problems, and Donnie's got fixes for that too.
For you big guys, we gotta drive that femoral head down, okay? So what that band does is help me out a little bit. So what you're gonna do is put your leg in here, and get it right down there and make sure you don't get Elvis in the Memphis Mafia caught up in there. And this is for me. Now what I want, the trajectory of this femur, I want it's going to that hip right about here, okay? So I'm gonna lean on here, this little bromance, all right? And right here, I got right, and now I'm gonna take, and then just start rotating. You just chill out. And you are a externally rotated challenge here. There you go. Now let's get some internal stuff.
We shot basically the exact same movement in Kelly's Durrett flashback to doing this to me, and this is a much different feeling.
And Matt, I hate to tell you, you're gonna be a labor of love. So now we'll get my buddy Ryan to come over. We get a little bro sandwich here, Oreo cookie, and we're just gonna be about 30 seconds, okay? Yeah, there you go, right there, right there, right there. No more than that. I just want you to know, Matt, this hurts me a lot more than it does you.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, what do you guys together weigh? 250, 300 pounds?
It's a sandwich, all right.
Just a couple guys hanging out.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. The polar bear got off. Now the grizzly bear will get off. Nice and easy. There we go. You want to deload that hip. Let's get out of there. You feel how the one will glide compared to the other.
Yep.
See that?
Oh, that's so nice.
We spent about 2 minutes doing that, you know.
Pretty quick fix. So I just need 600 pounds worth of friends.
Yeah. 2 ex-football players, what can you say?
Nothing to it. Tom, like myself, is trying to learn as much as he can about strength, recovery, and mobility. He's able to bring that information to his online clients, where he's now working with around the world. So I know you said your business. I know you're doing some online coaching and stuff. Where is that?
So if you go to thestrengthagenda.com, we do, well, right now the site started out originally as a food blog. So you had a bunch of different sites that were gearing towards athlete nutrition. And it was one of those things where I was like, I can do this better. Like how most ideas start. And we started the site, and it was just, we were posting a recipe for strength athletes. Easy to follow instructions with a grocery list and all that. Posted like once or twice a week. Then it kind of expanded to training articles. Then I got a chance to, when I started traveling a little more, to interview athletes and stuff like that. And then after a while, I had people just contact me, be like, hey, can you coach me up in the lifts? And from there, it's kind of expanded into this whole thing now, where on top of the site, there's also the online coaching thing. So
awesome,
I work with people that just want to get fit, people that just want to get strong. Some people are trying to get into like competitive weightlifting, and others that are just CrossFitters that just want to learn how to do the lifts better.
Well, brother, it's always fun getting to hang out, man. That was a strong handshake.
It's trying to be Arnold does.
Yeah, just come in with one of these.
Yeah, there we go.
Predator.
Thanks for having me out, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome, yeah, man. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Absolutely.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right.